Hi, my name is Valerie, and today I'm going to show you how to use Goodnotes. Goodnotes is an app that can be bought in the App Store for Apple devices. Now, getting started, we're going to launch Goodnotes. Now, when you first open Goodnotes, this is what you'll see. So the first thing you can do, let me get my pencil, is you'll have categories. This is where you can divide everything up and organize it. And then you'll have this plus sign right here. So you can either import from somewhere like Dropbox and bring a planner into here, or you can go back and just create a notebook, which is what we're going to do today. So you'll click on Create a Notebook. Now you can click on the cover and pick any cover that you want, excuse me, or you can come in and add your own. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So to choose a cover that you want to use, I'm just going to go to Simple and choose one of these. And then you can choose the kind of paper that you want to use. There's a lot to choose from. You have all of your ruled, you have your quad, which is basically the graph paper. You have, just a whole lot to choose from. And the sizes, these are stickers that I added. Well, I added a lot apparently. So you have a bunch to choose from. So what I'm going to choose, I'm just actually going to leave it on what it's already on, which is the narrow ruled paper. And then you're going to click on Create. Okay, I don't know why that popped up, but so this is the cover of your notebook. And you can just scroll to open up another page. Now, when you want to open up the next one, you'll see up there it says Release to Add Page. Just release and it added pages. Now, I'm going to show you how to use all the tools at the top. Turn on the highlighter here. So, all of these tools over here. First, right here, you have your rating tool. So it'll basically convert everything that you use. I don't particularly use that tool. This right here is your shapes tool. It helps you make better shapes. And then right here is your plus, which is where you can go into your images or your Dropbox and you can just add things like that. You can add images. Now, over here, the 4 squares is where you can see everything that is in this notebook that we just created. So here you can click on Edit, click on a page, and you can copy it. Then you'll hit the plus sign, and then you'll hit one of these plus signs here and paste copy page. Now, one of the other things that you can do is look at the bookmarks. Now, there's no bookmarks here because we haven't created any, but if I click on the plus sign and hit page 1, whoops. Now, no matter what, I can always get to that page by going in my bookmark. There, I'm there. So that's the neat thing about using this for like a bullet journal, because you can get to everything really quick. And then you have your PDF outlines. Now, let's move on to this section right here. So the first one you see is your pencil or your fountain pen. You can go in and you can choose ballpoint or fountain, or you can go to edit and you can just create your own color palettes, which is pretty nice to use. And you can even export codes. So if you know the color code, you can write the color code in that you want to use, and you can use that instead. Otherwise, they have a bunch for you to choose from. Or you can go into the Custom tab, change the point on your pen, or pick from a color palette that's already here. So to use that, now the second thing we have is the highlighter, which is what you see me using in this video. You can use it to highlight, and you can use it the same way that you use the pen. You can go in and choose a color palette. You can change the size of your pen, change the color, highlight over things. Now, second, something that we can go into is the eraser tool. The eraser tool is pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so the next we have the lasso tool. This is one of the primary tools that you will be using in here if you do use it. So you can highlight the handwriting and you can move it, or you can hard press and copy or convert, resize, or recolor. Next, you can turn on images. And with the images, you can also change by just circling anywhere on the image. You can move it, you can hard press, you can resize, recolor, convert, copy, paste, or delete. Or you can go into text boxes. Now, to use a text box, what you're going to do is you're going to hard press on the paper, enter text, and then, as long as you have text highlighted, you can move it, you can hard press, you can resize, color, convert, cut, copy, or paste. Or delete, sorry. And then the next tool you have is this little pen at the top with the circle. What that does is it turns off your pen, like this, so that you can navigate or click on hyperlinks if you have them. If this is turned on and you try to, or not selected, and you try to use a hyperlink, it will not work. So if you just put a planner in here or a bullet journal and you want to use a link or a hyperlink or a tab, you have to make sure that is on so that you can scroll freely. And this is what happens if you try to scroll with something else on. It'll erase your data. So, and then the next thing we're going to talk about is this side. So the left arrow deletes, the right arrow puts it back on. See? And in these three dots, you can completely clear your page. You can export either all the pages or the current pages to, say a Dropbox or something like that. You can print if you have it set up to a printer. You can search for keywords. You can choose your smart stylus, which is your Apple Pencil and things like that. And then you can use more options, which is while you're using your notebook, you can change your paper template. And then here's some tips that they inserted in here for you through Goodnotes. Now, the next thing that we're going to get started on is I'm going to show you how you can kind of create a book. So if you are working on something and you want to create things and save them for later, I created this notebook and I go in and I have all the things that I created for my bullet journal. Now to use these again somewhere else, what I'll do is make sure handwriting is turned on, lasso it, hard press, copy, go back to my notebook, paste, and then I can resize. So now I have things saved so that I don't have to draw them again. I have some banners in here that I could also show you that with. So say I wanted to use this banner. If I turn images on. There we go. Oops, try not to take the whole thing. Copy. Now, there's my banner. And then you can even resize it if you don't like the size of it. You can color it in, write on it. There you go. Now, this is just easy ways for you to reuse things without having to make constant copies or redoing it every day. So if you have a layout that you like, you can save it in here. Now, Goodnotes isn't just for digital planning. Goodnotes is good for taking school notes. It's good for keeping a diary. It's good for work notes, grocery lists, anything that you can think of that you would use a notebook for. That is what you can use Goodnotes for. Now, me personally, I use mine for my bullet journal. And simple to use, very, very fun to use, and Goodnotes is very accommodating when it comes to me planning in my bullet journal. So that's just a simple walkthrough of how to use Goodnotes if you are new, and most especially if you plan to use it for journaling, keeping a diary, keeping notebooks for school, anything like that. So if you have any more questions about the functions and Goodnotes, let me know and I'll be glad to help.